Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review of Blood on the Tracks by Barbara Nickless. So this is the first book in the Sydney Rose series that I think has come out pretty recently. So this is the first book in the series. And this is a book that's been on my Amazon wishlist for a while, but when I saw it at the library I decided to pick it up because I thought it would be really fun to read. I thought the premise was really interesting. So basically this book follows Sydney, who is an ex-Marine, and her job who worked in Iraq, and she's back now, and she's part of like the train police, I guess you could say, and she has her canine companion named Clyde, who is also was a Marine dog as well, so she's kind of dealing with that. She also has suffering from PTSD and all the stuff that she kind of saw in Iraq, like her boyfriend ended up passing away from there as well, so she's kind of struggling with all this, and she ends up being called out to this homicide investigation for someone who she actually knew, and this woman was actually very brutally murdered in a very sadistic way, so she's trying to connect the pieces to see what happened, but she thinks this may have something more to do than just like a woman being at the bad place at the wrong time. The guy that they think is a suspect, the girl's boyfriend, she doesn't think did it, but she thinks it might be in connection to what she was sworn to secrecy about, that she did that was kind of illegal in Iraq, so she's kind of trying to investigate everything that happened. But overall I love this book. It was so interesting. I felt like all the characters in here were very complex. Sydney in particular, I liked how she was very flawed and complex as well. Like, she was really interesting to read from because she is battling with these inner demons, and she still sees all the dead people that she kind of had to process, and like those who died that she was close to in Iraq, so she's kind of seeing these people there as well. And this book does a really good job at shedding light on kind of how like the US kind of veteran system is set up, and how they don't really provide a lot of resources for people who are struggling with PTSD and are unable to get their life on back on track. And that's especially true with like those suffering PTSD, and like why there's a lot of homeless people that are like ex-military. So I really like that. It also kind of ties into something that I didn't know a lot about, was how kind of neo-Nazis now and like train gangs, if that makes sense, how the Nazis will utilize the neo-Nazis now will utilize the trains to like do this stuff like with their gangs. So I thought all that was really interesting. I really loved how she had a canine partner in this as well. I thought that added something really unique to this book, and I really loved kind of like the dialogue that she has with their dog. She'll just kind of like talk to him, which is like, that's what I do with my dog Tucker. But yeah, overall, like, I really like this book. So if you're looking into getting, like, this book had basically me guessing who did it until the very end, and then I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense, because there was like little hints given throughout it, but I didn't really connect the dots until like Sydney realizes who did it. But this book was really intense. It had me on the edge of my seat. I read basically the last I want to say 300 pages or so over the last 2 days, and I really loved it. So yeah, this book, I highly recommend you check it out if you're looking into getting into this genre and something that's a little bit more unique compared to like the stereotypical kind of crime detective novels. And she doesn't work for homicide. As of right now, she is like she works for the trains and she investigates them as well. So I thought that was really unique. So overall, this was a 5 out of 5 book. It was really good, so I highly recommend it. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you are interested in reading this book, and yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.